it's Robin, and I have had some interest in knowing like what is under my air cast, so I thought I would just share. And if the idea of seeing an incision grosses you out, I get it. I have a sister who would not be interested at all in seeing it, but I think this kind of thing is fascinating. So I'm going to show you. So first I'm going to just show you taking off my air cast. And here's a tip. Fold the Velcro over onto itself so it doesn't stick on all your clothes, because this Velcro is some serious heavy-duty Velcro and it can wreck your clothes. Yes, learned that from experience. So then the top of this is a separate piece. It just comes right off. And then there's this part that covers my toes. It's like a tri-fold kind of part. And I can just lift my foot out. There we go. Okay, and I have this fancy sock, and I thought I wouldn't wear these socks because this is what it came with, and I was like, that's just ugly. But they're super comfy, and they're not tight. Like most of my other socks are kind of tight, and with the swelling that I have or get, it's causing problems. So I am wearing these lovely, lovely socks, but look how fuzzy they are. Isn't that nice? Okay. So I'm going to slip it off here. Okay. And I'm almost 6 weeks post-surgery. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's healed up really well. And even, I need some better light. There we go. And even, the incision goes from here to here. And even the difference in the last few days since I've been able to have baths and a lot of the scabbing has come off, it's a lot better. So this part here is still kind of closed over, but it's not even a very thick incision. Hey Sybil, see, it's looking good. So it's pretty, it's actually pretty thin. And when I first saw it, when I first got the cast changed at 2 weeks, I was like, oh, it looked crazy to me, like so thick. This part down here is a bit thicker, but this part up here is really nice. So I am allowed to do some movement, and it's getting a little bit easier, but I still can't quite get to 90. And I'm not allowed to really push it yet, just gentle range of motion. And I also do have a bit of swelling. I don't know if you can see that. There's not quite enough light. The light was all weird, so I closed my blinds and now there's not enough light. But this is actually called, you can kind of see that, this is actually pitting edema. If you see that, like I can actually make a dent in, and that's not, that's not normal. That's not the kind of, well, it is normal after an injury, but it's not the kind of swelling that you want to have there. So I've been working a lot to try to get that out and doing a lot of icing and elevation because that's what helps get rid of that swelling. And if I'm up too much, the swelling, of course, increases because your foot is, the lowest point, and that's where the blood is going to pool. And I'm not doing much walking on it. I'm able to do a tiny bit of weight bearing now, but my muscles aren't pumping the fluid back up out of my feet like you normally would when you're walking. So the blood tends to just pool there and causes some swelling. Sometimes it looks kind of purple, but I've had it up quite a bit this morning, so it looks pretty good. And I do ice it. If I don't ice it, kind of every few hours, it doesn't feel very good. But if I do ice it, it actually feels pretty good. So it's healing up pretty well, and I'm just excited for the next phase. By the end of this week, I get to be full weight bearing in my boot. So we'll see how that feels. It's totally awkward walking in this boot because it's so much higher than my shoe. So I feel like I need a lift on my other foot. But I don't know if I will do that or not. But anyway, that's what it is. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them with my limited knowledge of what I know, right? From what's been going on with this injury. But I'm pretty pleased with how it's healing and how it's looking. So the incision goes right from here. I don't know if you can see that. It goes right from way up here to here. And it doesn't look bad. Like from the top, it doesn't look too swollen. You can see I don't have quite as much tendon definition in this foot, but really the swelling is mostly just on the sides here. So it's not bad, but I have to work at it to keep it like that. I really have to work at it and keep it elevated and keep icing it in order to keep the swelling down. So I do have to baby it, and it's hard to do. I think all moms and all, you know, just busy women can relate to that. It's hard to just sit and keep your foot up for, you know, good portions of the day. So I hope you find that interesting. I don't know, I just find it interesting, and my family's tired of me asking them to look at it because they're like, Mom, it's pretty much the same as yesterday. So anyway, I thought I'd show you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day.